Hello, everyone. Can't believe it. We're just moving through April. It seems like everything is happening very quickly. So I'm going to start by spraying some of this lovely Metatron spray. How are you? How you doing? People are starting to come out of their houses. Things are happening. Very excited. I'm seeing bicycles out, always a good sign. People are starting to feel a little bit better about things, so that makes me feel better. I can't wait till I'm seeing people in person again, because there's so much that we missed with all of this. And I'm starting to see a few people, but still doing, trying to make everybody feel comfortable on what they want to do. So anyways, here we are getting ready to pull for the second Sunday in April. Amazing. I think we're going to go here first. Okay. So we're going to start with the Divine Animal Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. It was a gift for Gerard from his daughter, and I borrowed it because I love the deck. We have so many helpers down here right now. We know there's masters walking amongst us, and we have the tree beings and the crystal beings and the animals, and everybody's participating in this preparing for ascension. And I think this is a wonderful place for us to be as we start to really look at where do we still need to grow. Certainly I've been working on my issues for a very long time, and I'd like to think I've accomplished and I've got to a certain place, and just when you think I'm good, there's more stuff that comes up. And I always tell people, if here's the rule of thumb, if you're on earth, you still got more stuff to clear. Okay, so we're always finding things, and maybe it's just the residue that's in the bottom of the barrel, and we're trying to clean that up. So really be in a place of being objective and looking at your patterns, your paradigms, your blockages as a way of, what is it that I still want to clean up while I'm here? Because here's the thing. We don't, this hair is driving me nuts today. Okay. We don't ever get to just forget about it. If we don't clean it up in this lifetime, we're going to clean it up in another lifetime. So we don't want to have to do that. We want to be in a place of allowing ourselves to do as much cleanup as we can right now. And that's what's going to be good for us. So, let's do it. This is the lifetime we've chosen to really make a difference, clean it up, be in that place, and explore some different possibilities. As we're stepping out more, there are more practitioners that are seeing people in person, and that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm seeing an acupuncturist, I have a massage therapist, I'm doing some of these things. So I'm reaching out for help, and I know many of you are as well. So good time to make those spring cleaning appointments. We think of spring as a time to get our house cleaned, and it is a time to really go through all our clutter once again, because each time we're only willing to let go of so much, and then there's still more, just like our stuff, right? So we hold our stuff dear, and we don't want to get rid of it or give it away, but it's time to go through things again. So spring, we're looking at spring cleaning, getting rid of the energy that's been stuck in our homes as we've been going through all of this. When I was a kid, my mother was the queen of cleaning, and we would have 2 weeks in the summer that we would do this cleaning. And then again in the fall. And any of you that are Italian can probably relate to this. My mother made us take every single thing out of the house, out of the room, and put it in the backyard and clean from the ceilings and the walls down. And no, I don't do that to such an extreme anymore. I've got other priorities. But for her, without even knowing it, and some of the people going way back that are older than me would relate to this. They didn't know they were cleaning energy up. They thought they just wanted their walls cleaned, their cobwebs gone from anywhere, and all of that, so they could put things back in a place that was beautiful. But what do we do with the new seasons? We sweep all the old energy out that front door. It's all about energy. So when you're cleaning, you know, I don't remember the Chinese lady's name that did the whole thing on cleaning out the clutter and, you know, having places for everything and asking whether it brings you joy. And if it doesn't, get rid of it or pass it on for somebody else that it can bring joy to. So once again, I will be going through all my stuff, both internally and externally, and doing that. And then looking at, as you move through your home and through your internal stuff, and then move it outside. You know, do you need to clean the inside of your car out? What are you hanging on to? What are you dragging around with you? What does your yard look like? What, you know, it's all about that. And I think that's why I love feng shui so much. Not that I know a lot about it, but some wonderful gems that I've learned along the way. And it really is about that. It really is about taking that and looking at what is the energy behind everything. And we could take that even to our food, right? What's the energy behind what we're eating? How do we feel after? Are we feeling sluggish after we have a big steak? Or do we feel better when we're eating food that's full of life? So this week, I wanted to have you pay attention to that. Look at cleaning up on all levels and see where that brings you to. So with that, we're going into Divine Animal Oracle. Show us what animal would like to assist us all for this up and coming week. Ooh, I like that. This is, this is red-crowned crane. Such an interesting picture. This crane, there's a goddess that's resting on the crane, and the crane appears to be taking her over a mountain here. It's kind of hard to see, but the crane is up here, and the goddess is laying with a flowing dress and being carried. So let's see what that's all about. Oh, I opened right to it. Loyalty. The time has come to re-examine your loyalties. Are you able to be trusted? Keep your word if you give it. Take relationships slowly and make sure to build strong connections. What promises have you made and must keep? Wow. I was just reading a little bit about the animal. It says the red-crowned crane is a very rare and elegant bird in East Asia. It says the red-crowned crane is almost a mythological bird to the Japanese, which is sacredness, and is widely and formally depicted in art and paintings and ink drawings. Once a mate is found, the pair bonds through graceful dances and fluting calls, and highly ritualized movements continue to strengthen the connection as life goes on. Once hatched, babies are looked after by the parents for 9 months. They are one of the world's longest living birds. A healthy adult in the wild could live for an average of 30 to 40 years, with those in captivity living for over 50 years. Wow. It says Japanese say that the cranes live for over 1,000 years and lovingly mate for life, thus making them a profound symbol of fidelity, loyalty, and longevity. It says the magic, crane magic, is about loyalty and steadfastness. In this world of instant gratification and short attention spans, perhaps the idea of loyalty is beginning to be a lost ideal. The graceful crane teaches us that remaining steadfast to those who deserve it is a positive ideal and something to treasure. Thinking carefully about our promises and keeping our words means that we become people to be trusted by others and ourselves. So that is pretty amazing. Love the picture. It's just so mystical looking. So when I look at this, it looks like there's support this week. You know, that if you show, I feel like it's more about you showing up for yourself, because there's support in this. There's a part carrying the rest. So maybe spirit carrying you this week as you need the support. All right, we're going to Moonology. Let's pull a card. New moon in Taurus, prosperity lies ahead, the bull. I like the green too. The green reminds us of prosperity, or reminds me of prosperity. And the bull is so, what do I want to say, grounded, right? Digs its heels in, and that's it. This card will often come up when you're inquiring about a financial matter or when you're doubting your own self-worth. The card suggests you can have what you want, including material things, but you must believe in yourself. This comes down to the law of attraction. Value yourself and others will value you. You can create abundance. Taurus is associated with luxurious Venus, and this card holds a new moon energy. So it's a good time to make a 12-month financial plan. This card can also signal the start of a new relationship or of sexier times. If you've been wrestling with something for a long time, the new moon in sturdy Taurus is a sign not to give up. It says healthy body, healthy mind. Get a massage. Do something for yourself. What were we just talking about? Additional meanings. You will soon be able to afford the thing you're dreaming of. Get clear on what you value most, and it will help you find peace. Take some time out to pamper yourself. Start a standing order to a savings account, no matter how small. So what is this saying? This is telling us that this is the week to get thinking about prosperity and what you can do to generate more, knowing that you've got the crane supporting you here. So Spirit will support you in all of this. Next one is by Colette Byron Reed, her Wisdom of the Oracle. These want to be spread out. Oh, interesting. We're getting a theme here with all of them. This one says, go the distance. And it's a picture of a cat taking a huge leap over the finish line. There's a flag there, a racing flag. Isn't that beautiful? Go the distance. Endurance, strength, the long haul. To bring your dream to life, you must think long term and pay no attention to the fluctuations in the current of your experience. Joy and disappointment commingle with opportunities, so there is no need to fear the occasional obstacle. Life is not a sprint. This card is a reminder that you have endurance, strength, and fortitude to carry you all the way. Remain true to yourself. Your authenticity alone will help you align with the energy of miracles. What is yours will never be withheld from you. Remember that. I think that's such an important message because everybody tends to think in scarcity, that if I get it, you won't get it, or if you get it, I won't get it. And that is not true. And especially when we're working on bigger goals or bigger visions in our life, and we have to go the distance. My feeling is this isn't just for this week. We have to remember we always have support from spirit and people around us, hopefully. And that if we get grounded in this bull, it's about really digging your heels in and knowing that maybe your prosperity doesn't come today, but you're building towards it. And go the distance says that, right? Because when we're working on something that is big, it's going to take longer. You have to get more resources, more connected, all of that, prepare. And I think that's why as a coach, it's so important to have your little action steps and goals, baby steps along the way that take you all the way up the mountain eventually. So we have to know that we still keep our eye on the vision or the goal that's at the end of the road, but we continue to take those steps that are going to get us to go the distance. Because if we try to do it all at once, we burn out, and we don't want that. So that's what, to me, this is saying. So especially this week, if you're getting clear on what the big picture is for you or where you're going over the next few months, know that you will get there by taking those steps. Okay. Oracle of the Seven Energies by Colette Byron Reed. Love this deck. The artistry is amazing. Oh, I love elephants. It's a beautiful picture of two elephants embracing with their trunks and their heads. Look at that. Does that not just make your heart smile? It says tender embrace. And it's so beautiful. There's stars around and magic around and butterflies and glitter and little hearts coming from the top, the elephant on the top's trunk. Compassion, warm-hearted care for self and others, sensitivity and empathy, benevolent kindness. Put your hand on your heart and breathe deeply, inhaling a sense of gratitude. Let's do that. How does it feel? Keep doing this, tuning into the world around you, others you know, and even those you don't know. Can you feel compassion for others? Compassion is an emotion of tenderness and sensitivity. It's a feeling of benevolence and reverence as you stand witness to the suffering of the world. Now is the time to reduce that pain and focus on compassion in all areas of your life. Today, do something deliberately kind for another. Even looking a stranger in the eye and smiling can make a world of difference. Yeah, we'll have to embrace that as we have our mask on and smile with our eyes, I guess. The question to ask now is, where do I need to be kinder and gentler? How can I serve, and in what capacity can I be in alignment with the solution to the suffering of the world? Could it be that you need to be more compassionate towards yourself? If you spend all your time in service to others, it's easy to forget about your own needs. When you accept yourself, you can bring more loving energy to others. Today, make a commitment to practice self-compassion. Release yourself from the burdens of perfectionism. Allow yourself the grace to be human, and then do the same for others. It's not your job to tell others how to express themselves, even if you don't like the way the world behaves. Today, be kind for no other reason at all, and watch miracles arise. I love this about the elephant because what it feels to me like, elephants are so much in service. They're these beautiful beings, giant beings of light. And in 1 second, they could squish us or charge us or whatever, but they don't. They are in service as they let people kind of boss them around or push them around, right? They have trainers that have a stick, and hopefully we're getting away from all of that. But those things, and yet they're so benevolent beings of light. A friend of mine went to Thailand and went to a place where they put a paintbrush in the trunk of the elephant, and you should see the beautiful paintings that just make you, I don't know how people can think animals are these stupid things that don't have emotions or anything, because when you see them paint, you're like, oh my God. And I'm sure you can Google it, paintings by the elephants or something. But incredible. And what I feel is basically what the card said, is to be compassionate towards yourself. We have so much compassion towards people we don't even know, that we see what they're going through on TV, or when you see a GoFundMe, you're like, oh my God, this person's going through this. How can I help? And often we don't ask how we can help ourselves. So this is a time where I really want you to ask, how can I be more compassionate to myself? If I'm working on something and I've set aside a day, an hour, a week, whatever you're doing to get that in order, how can I take some time to play after? How can I do something for myself after? Maybe I want to go take a bubble bath with wonderful oils in it. But what can I do for myself? That's what this brings to me. I'm going to pull one more card from our Lightworker Oracle. So this is everybody, for everybody during this week. What does Spirit want us to know? Wow. The 6th ray of devotion. I love how she has her hand on her heart looking up to Spirit, and he's wide open with his chest. The 6th ray of devotion bestows the qualities of persistence, unwavering focus, and intensity of feeling. Kind of got a theme going with go the distance. It is a gift of the strength to move mountains with your will for what you love. When the 6th ray of devotion appears, you are being given guidance that even if you do not seem to have much worldly power right now, the power of your beliefs can conquer obstacles. The Archangel Uriel helps you receive the blessing of the 6th ray. So all of us are born under different rays, and we come in with these different color rays, and this is the ray of devotion. You are receiving a blessing of this ray of devotion. It is serving your soul growth and will help you develop faith in your principles and trust in the power of your beliefs. You will be able to recognize and appreciate extraordinary strength within you and realize that you have enough willpower to keep working towards your dream, overcoming any obstacle until you are divinely successful. This ray reminds you of the power of love, which can conquer anything and everything. Love is an empowering, motivating force far stronger than fear. Love is the foundation of authentic spiritual devotion. Devotion to the divine empowers us to bear burdens, overcome obstacles, and manifest all manner of beautiful visions in a world that may at first assure us that our dream is not possible. The 6th ray blesses you with spiritual stubbornness. I love that. Spiritual stubbornness and sacred rebellion against any odds. The challenge with this ray is not to become so anchored in your beliefs that you become fanatical or judge others because they are different. You can be unwavering in your adherence to your belief system and yet honor the fact that there are as many paths to union as there are people. That the ways the universe calls to you home to love are limited. If you do not honor this, you may try to pull people from their own path, which can cause a struggle for them and karma for you. Good reminder. The best way to honor the blessing and minimize the challenge of the ray is to share your truth with an open heart and an open mind without an agenda. For those working with this energy, the power of mind and emotions will come into focus. You may need to channel your emotional and mental power into worthy projects or practice balancing your intensity with lightness of heart and playfulness so you don't become too harsh. Then your faith can remind you love will always find a way. When Archangel Uriel connects with you, a tremendous power, the power of the earth, is brought to your aid. Uriel brings healing energy and an ability to cause real effect in the physical world with mental and emotional power. Remember, you are here to shine your light. Others can choose to use your light to see by until they are ready to discover their own inner light or not. It is not anything you need to worry about. Simply live your truth, trust in your heartfelt beliefs, and devote yourself to love. Finally, as the sixth ray has a special connection to love, you are asked to hold the healing power of love in your heart for all those who are evolving through a life experience involving religious practice. This can help counterbalance the judgment and fear that exists in the hearts of many towards religions that are not their own or that have been the vehicle where abuse has taken place. Religion on this planet at this time needs love, support, and encouragement to evolve, heal, and grow in whatever way ultimately serves divine love. So it has an invocation. Again, this is a really good one. I now accept of my own free will the blessing and grace of the sixth ray of devotion and its blessings of will, strength, purpose, and the miraculous power of loving belief. I invite the genuine, unconditional, loving masters and angels, including Uriel and Christ, Mary Magdalene, and Mother Mary, to assist me and all beings on this earth in integrating the blessings of the sixth ray of devotion. I choose to keep my mind open and my heart soft, my will powerful, and my actions true. May kindness prevail and passionate idealism be tempered by mercy for the greatest good. So be it. Great affirmation. So use it. All right, so it looks like this week is going to be interesting, getting the support we needed, grounding whatever we're trying to go after, knowing that we'll get to where we want to be one step at a time, and to be compassionate with ourselves and others, and to call on the ray of devotion, being devoted to yourself and choosing to set by example and not be attached to what people do with it. Well, once again, we're coming to a close here of our session. I hope you have a powerful week. It sounds like it's going to be. Thank you so much.